Hai, saseni watu wangu, karibuni katika this live ya siku ya leo. I'm your safeguarding officer Jeff. I hope mko salama, mko fresh. You guys are doing good. Mimi niko salama, niko freshi. Just wanted to come and again I have some cold, so guys, please understand. Suffering from what we call hay fever. It's just awful. It's awful. I just want to make sure my audio is okay, just in case najiongelesha tu peke yangu ama you guys amnisikii. So tia like tafadhali kama audio iko sawa. Right. Today, as your safeguarding officer, of course, mnajua kazi yangu ni kuongea kuhusu watoto, keeping them safe, kuongea kuhusu familia. We teach, we basically preach about safeguarding in a nutshell. We support families, individuals, communities. We support children directly. We teach, we inspire, we help to navigate ways of how to keep children safe. So hiyo kazi yote ndio safeguarding officers huwa wanafanya. But the main element is to make sure that children are protected from suffering not significant harm, any sort of significant harm. Mtoto asiumie kwa vyovyote vile. Hata unajua kuna significant harm is harm that is on a certain level, is quite high. But for us safeguarding watoto kama mimi kama safeguarding officer, I don't see the reason as to why we should wait for that significant harm that is up there. How about hii harm ambayo iko moderate, ambayo inaweza kufanya mtoto amechapwa, ameumizwa jicho, amechapwa fimbo 16, amekuwa bullied for a week. So that is, kama hiyo unaona hiyo kama moderate, I don't even buy that. I don't even buy the lowest form of child abuse, whatever, harm. No. Kwa sababu gani? Kwa sababu watoto wanaweza kuwa safeguarded from suffering any. Mtoto asiumie, asiumizwe, asidhulumiwe, asishikwe kijinsia, all sort of, tunaweza, because we can. So why should we put somebody through a scenario, a situation whereby they are suffering, they are mentally, going through an issue that they shouldn't be going, and yet we are able to protect that? That is what I see as safeguarding, serious safeguarding. That is why tunapenda kuelimisha wazazi, moms and dads, brothers and sisters, families, all that, so that watu waweze kuelewa ways of how children can be kept safe from suffering any sort of harm. Watoto wanaweza kuwa harm free. Let them be harm free. They don't have to suffer harm so that tuweze kuanza kuweka safeguarding measures in place. No, let us keep the measures in place to ensure that they don't get there in the first place. Imagine wewe ni dem, unataka kuolewa. Kwa hivyo ukiingia ndani ya ndoa, kila dem anakuanga na vision. Nitaolewa, I'll do a very big white wedding. My husband will love me, we'll have kids. I'll be cooking for my husband, my children, I'll be dressing, all that. And of course, for that to manifest, you have to prepare, you have to have a man that is wanting you, a man that is ready to marry you. That man must be courted. So lazima kwanza akupate, ndio mfanye courting, ndio mfanye preparation ya harusi zote. But on the process of wakati mna court, aanze kukuchapa, anakufanyia all sort of abuse na hamjawana. So anza kufikiria What you are thinking as a girl, oh, nitakuwa napikia my husband, tutakuwa tunaenda out pamoja, tutakuwa tunashikana mikono kama familia, sisi na watoto wetu tunaenda kwa park, tutakuwa tunaenda Mombasa, tutakuwa tunafanya nini? What you used to think. Sasa hata kabla hamjaoana bado mna quote. Hata maybe huyu mtu hata haja kupeleka kwa wazazi wake ama establish kwa wazazi wake, bado mko ile stage ya boyfriend girlfriend, ndio mmeanza kusi each other. Huyu mtu ameanza kukuchapa, huyu mtu ameanza kukutukana, ameanza kukuambia uko hivi na hivi na hivi, yet wewe unataka kuwe bwana yako. Kama huyu mtu anakuchapa na hajata kuintroduce kwa wazazi wake, wewe hujamuintroduce kwa wazazi wako, what do you think is going to happen when they get married to you? Now that they are, wewe ni wake na yeye ni wako, na Biblia inatuambia it is till death do us part. Na maybe wazazi wako watasema wewe umeolewa saka na bibi yako, understand you ni married. What do you think is going to happen? This is why tunasema don't get into a relationship like that. Isn't it science? It is what we call red flags. Unaona ni red flag. Your relationship already is not guys, I'm having a fever, so ndio unaona macho yangu ni kama lazima nisugue. There's a lot of things happening with my eyes. So ndio unasikia tunasema relationship kama hiyo usijaribu kwenda katikati yake. Kwa sababu gani? Kama huyu mtu anakuchapa kabla uingie ndani ya ndoa, imagine mkishaingia ndani ya ndoa, sasa wewe ni bibi yake, mko kwa nyumba moja, mko kwa kitanda moja, mko kwa room moja, sio hata vile wewe ulikuwa unakaa kwenu. What is he or she going to do? If this lady was abusive to you as a man and you are just a boyfriend, imagine when actually you become her husband. What is she going to do? Kwa sababu kuna wanawake wana abuse men, wanachapa wanaume. Sitaki kutaja sehemu, but we know they are there. What is going to happen to you as a man or as a husband when you actually get married to this woman? This is why tunasema tusiongoje uingie katika ndoa ambayo unajua ni abusive. Don't do that in the first place. Protect yourself. Protect, watoto wako. Kwa sababu kama mtu ni abusive na anakuambia unajua ni abusive, mkipata watoto, do you know what this person is going to do to your children? So protect yourself from there, and that is what we call safeguarding. Protection, it is what is already happening or what has happened. But what we need to do is to safeguard ourselves from getting or from being protected in the first place. Unaona? And that is why wanga nafundisha watu kuhusu dynamics and things that lead into children suffering harm ama families getting into such situations. Katika story ya siku ya leo watu wangu, wacha turudi nyumbani. Of course mmeweza kuona our thumbnail, and in our thumbnail leo of course we have this family sadly that is in a difficult dilemma. Watu wangu, this is not a small thing. I don't know if you have ever been caught up in such a triangle. Sijui ni triangle, sijui ni rectangle, sijui ni circle, because I think circle is infinity. But goodness. So of course TruekTV wameweza kufika hapo wakafanya mkutano na hawa huyu mrembo. Goodness. And then things that of course unveiled is what we want to discuss today. So our thumbnail asema my husband is my brother and he's cheating with my sister. So guys, I don't know what you think about this issue, but ningependa tafadhali tuweze kuwasiliana. Please tia comment zako hapo chini about what you think. We'll be reading this comment after kitambo kidogo. But please tia comment yako. Just say, what do you think about this situation? I want to come from a parent perspective. Because for me, when I look, as a safeguarding officer, when I look at this situation, naona pale shida ilianzia. And that's why today ningependa to deal na hii issue so that wewe usiwahi wacha watoto wako wakuwe entangled in such an issue. Ama kama unajua mtu ambaye ako katika dilemma kama hii, unaweza kumsaidia because tumeongea na tumediscuss hapa. Ama kama wewe uko katika such a dilemma, then you are able to have means and ways of how you can help yourself and you can remove yourself from such an issue. But I feel for them. I really feel. I think TruekTV waliweza kufanya vizuri. They dealt with the issue as much as they could. I don't know the intricacies of how far they've gone to try and help these people. But of course, the most important thing is to first deal with the elephant that is in the room. And that is what I think Director J and the team has done, is to bring the whole issue to light so that the lady, the husband, the sister, the children, the family will get kuelewa ya kwamba this is the elephant that we are dealing with. How are we going to tackle this? Kuna baby elephant ziko huku, kuna elephant cousin, uncle, all those things now are out there. Sasa ni tuangalie how we are going to deal with this. So, are you guys hearing me very well? Ama my volume is low? Hebu nijulisheni hapo tafadhali. Niambie kama mnanisikia vizuri. I think I'm okay from what I can hear myself here. Yeah, so guys, today we just want to look at what happened here. Ni kwa nini tunapata hii issue? Right? Why are we having this issue? What actually happened to that family? So for me, as a safeguarding officer, nimekuwa nikifundisha watu the reasons, the needs ya watoto kujulishwa ndani ya familia, watoto kueleweka ndani ya familia. That is why in the first place it is a bit concerning and worrying. Mkichukuana tu na mtu uko nje, mkutane, and I know we have to meet somewhere. I know, hata mimi I did the same thing. You have to meet somebody somewhere. It doesn't matter whether kama ni kwa church, ni kwa meeting, ni kwa market, ni kwa school meeting, mlikutana kwa athletics, watu wengine ambako wanakutana hata kwa mkahawa. You know, I don't mean when I say mkahawa, I don't mean in the lodging. Mnakutana kwa mkahawa huko, you are having dinner, lunch, whatever. Ama wengine mnakutana mpaka hata kwa bar. People are meeting everywhere nowadays. But the most other important thing, people are also meeting online, which is major. A lot of relationships that are happening right now, they are actually online, not offline. So hizo zote ni plani za kukutana, but it is critical wakati mkikutana na mtu na mnaanzia kuwa marafiki, because it has to start from there, regardless of who you are. It doesn't matter kama wewe ni Muislamu, wewe ni Muhindi, wewe ni Mkristo, wewe ni kabila gani. It doesn't matter. Any given relationship that starts must start somewhere. Na hauwezi kurukia uende useme nimekutana na huyu anaitwa Mary na mimi naitwa Peter na tumeoana saa hii. It doesn't work like that. And if a relationship has ever survived that worked like that, it's probably 1 in a million. Because watu ni tofauti. Ni lazima ujue mtu. Ni lazima ujue mtu tabia zake vile zinakuanga. Ni lazima ujue mtu temperament zake ziko namna gani. Ni lazima ujue mtu anataka nini ndani ya maisha. All those things are factors that help somebody to get to know somebody very well and become engaged or probably hook up ama wanaenda kukua ndani ya relationship. So one thing, wakati tunakutana, of course, it's fundamental. Nikishajua ya kwamba I am seeing something beautiful with you as a lady and I would want to pursue this, it's important now for me to become a bit deeper na wewe. Nianze sasa kukuuliza critical questions. Umetoka wapi? Maana wakati mkikutana na mtu siku ya kwanza ama first few times, you don't need to go asking, so when you ni Nyeri wapi, Nyeri which village. You don't go too deep because you don't even know if you like the person. And I think those are the reasons watu wengi sana wanga tunakosea, because you want to get to know the whole individual within one night. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So it's important you take your time, you get to establish a friendship, you get to know that this friendship is actually changing from a friendship to actually a good friendship. It's actually now moving from a friendship to a relationship. Because a friendship and a relationship are different things. Now it's moving from a relationship to actually something that we can actually start working on, and we think we like each other. Therefore, I think we want to see if we can actually become very good friends that can actually build something. But ukisha kuna pahali unafika unaanza kuona sasa you need to ask this person critical questions so that you don't get it wrong, which is an element of what I can say was probably missed katika hii familia ambaye iko kwa our thumbnail today. That element must have been missed because this should not have happened. If what auntie of this lady said is correct, and I personally believe highly she's right, because aunties wanajua huyo ni auntie ya mama yake, ni sister ya mama yake ama sister ya baba ya huyu jamaa, wanajua. So there's very unlikely they are getting it wrong. Hawezi unless kama awe akona problem, mental health problem, ama anakuanga mlevi, then that is excusable. But kama whatever, from what this lady said, she was very articulate ya kwamba huyu auntie yake alikuja na akamuelezea mambo kinagaubaga, and akamwambia huyu lady, bainisha mbivu na mbichi between you and your husband, because I do not think huyu actually ni bwana yako. I think this is your brother. And now the worst part of it, your brother is also cheating with your sister, but actually he's cheating with his own sister. He's sleeping with his own sister. So this is a mess. Sasa watu wangu, mimi nikiangalia shida hapa ilitokea whereby hawa wakiwa wadogo, because it looks like the family had different maybe inaonekana kama ni sijui ni different dads, no, different mothers and one dad. I don't know. They did not go into that intricate, but from what jamaa anasema, mama yake alikufa akiwa mdogo, and the lady the same thing, and jamaa amelelewa na auntie yake. Now the worrying and the concern is this: wakati walijuana, inaonekana msichana just allowed things to flow very quickly with this guy without actually asking critical questions, zile ambazo nimesema a while ago. I said there's a place where mtafika katika relationship utaka kuuliza mtu, I want to know who is your father. Msichana alikuwa akiulizwa, alikuwa anasema eti akimuuliza hizo mambo jamaa alikuwa haongei, jamaa alikuwa anadoji hizo maswali, alikuwa hapendi kuongea. So mimi as a lady I'll be thinking, hold on, if you don't want to tell me where you come from, who your father, what happened to your father, hata kama alipass, we have to move on. Yes, he passed away, but we have to celebrate that you had a father, but unfortunately he passed away, regardless of the circumstances that led to your father passing away. You know, who was he? I need to know, just in case I marry my own family. Who was your father? Na sasa shida kubwa hapa ilikuwa this girl and the husband are sharing the same surname. So start asking yourself questions. Oh, this is quite such a coincidence. Your surname is my surname. You and I have the same surname. It can happen. Very likely it can happen. But then go to the next question. So where are you from? Oh, you are from Kiambu. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm also from Kiambu. Okay, this is becoming a bit weird. We have same surname. We are Kiambu, but that can also happen. Okay, where are you from in Kiambu? Oh, I'm from Gashie. You are from Gashie? Okay, this is now becoming strange. We have the same surname. You are from Kiambu. You are from Gashie. The same place I am from. Okay, this is becoming a bit weird. So you see, go deeper. Okay, where are you? Where do you derive from? Familia yenu ni gani? Where ni umetoka kwa familia gani? Uko Kiambu, Gashie. Gashie sehemu gani, pande gani? Mimi ni wa familia fulani. Oh, hold on. Okay, baby, hold on. So wewe ni wanani fulani na wa fulani. Hey, my friend. No. This cannot go beyond here. Wewe tuko related. So tafuta demu mwingine. Wewe tuko related, tafuta another man. You understand? Because you have done your due diligence. Mmechunguza, mmefanya, but when you get into a relationship and into a friendship blindly, unafikwa tu na unashikwa na hisia, and all you want is to hug this man, you want to kiss them for the rest of your life, you want to get hold of them, and you want them to be with you non-stop without even checking. This is how this whole story has ended up in this wrangled mess that now we are having to try and see what is it that wanaweza kusaidiwa. So I think hapa hii shida ilikuwa they actually did not do themselves any justice by doing their background checks wakati wakiwa katika relationship before they even went intimate, because those are checks that must be done before somebody is intimate with somebody. But also hata kama ukishafanya hizo nini, then from there ukishajua sasa huyu sio familia yangu, then you go to the other questions like, okay my friend, unaniambia unataka tukue boyfriend girlfriend, unataka uniambia eventually you want us to get married, to have a family. What do you like in life? What do you like? Unataka watoto wangapi? You know, do you believe in having one wife? Ama wewe una believe kuoa wanawake watatu? Do you have faith in God, or do you believe wewe haujui Mungu? So these are questions that you need to ask. Do you believe in showering? Ama wewe mtu unapenda kunuka jasho every minute? Do you believe in brushing your teeth? Do you believe that you know, our money is our money? Ama pesa tukifanya zitakuwa ni zako? Do we believe in us buying property together? How many children do you want? Just in case mtu aseme anataka watoto 10, lazima mimi unizalie watoto 10. Who is going to carry those children in their womb? You or me? I can carry 4. I can carry 5 maximum. If you want 10, look for another person. Kuna wanawake wanazotaka 10 ama 12. Hiyo relationship inaishia hapo, because mmeweza kuelewa ya kwamba you are not marrying. And what I mean by marrying, you are not marrying. You are not coming together. You are not locking. So you are going into, ikifika ni hapo pahali sehemu ya watoto, which is critical and fundamental, you are parting ways. For that reason, hata kama hizo zingine zote zilikuwa mzuri, this one has put you apart. So move part ways. Hamjafanya chochote, hamjabuju, hamjafanya anything. You part ways. Mtu aende akatafute the other half on the other side, because definitely hii issue ya watoto imewaseparate. Mnaweza kuwa mlikuwa pamoja kwa pesa, kwa vision, kwa nini. Mimi nataka kuoa, mimi nataka kuolewa, nataka watoto. Lakini ikifika ni watoto wangapi, hiyo imewalete apart. And that is what you need to do. You need to part ways and forget everything that you have thought about before. Kwa sababu ukiingia katika hiyo ndoa sasa, useme acha niende niingie tu ndani, nimzalie watoto wanne, nikimzalia watoto wanne anajua atabadilika. No. Sister, please do not do that. Because this man has already told you anataka watoto wengi. Anataka watoto 10. Wewe unafikiria ukimzalia 5 atasema nimechoka? No. Maybe he's just one of those men that just want to just sire children around. Na ukishafika hao 5 uanze kukataa, au akwambie useme nataka kuweka coil ama nataka kufanya family planning, the next minute atachukua Njeri, atachukua Anyango, atachukua Mwikali, atakwambia mimi tukiona nilikwambia nataka watoto 10. Why are you giving me 5 and you're stopping? Wewe sasa na wewe you can't. So what is happening here with this family is that unfortunately they failed themselves from the onset. They did not do their background checks properly. And they were adults. Hawa sio watoto, kwa sababu hakuna watoto wanaingiaga katika mahusiano, hakuna watoto wanaingiaga katika ndoa. So they failed themselves. This girl and this boy, they failed themselves. Let us look at the second part of how they failed them. This issue happened. Their parents failed them big time, and ndio kubwa. Because wakati hao watoto walikuwa watoto, the families should have made them known to each other that you guys are cousins, you guys are distant cousins, you guys are first cousins, you guys are brothers and sisters, you guys are step brothers and sisters. Here they call them half brothers. You're half brothers. That means Mimi, I share the same father. My father is the same as Peter, but Peter has a different mom with me. So Peter becomes my half brother because he's born of the same father as me, but he's born of a different mother. So if this is a case that happened na our Toto, where were the mothers of these children? Because they were not dead when they were burning them. Mbona hawakubond? So, and let's say for instance, unfortunately, of course, huwezi kwenda kuongelesha mtoto akiwa na miaka 5 hata miaka 8, hawezi jua what you are saying. So if that is the case, and God forbid waliaga wakiwa wadogo and they did not have the opportunity to do that, this is where the aunties and the uncles and the entire family and the clan is coming handy. Kwa sababu ndio nasemanga no man is an island. Hauwezi kuwa wewe uko peke yako, na kama wewe hausikilizani na kila mtu kwa familia yenu, kwa clan yenu, something is wrong with you and you need to be sorted and be checked, because you cannot be wewe ndio hakuna mtu anakusikizanga, wewe hakuna mtu anakupenda, wewe kila mtu anakuchukia, wewe hakuna mtu anaweza kutaka kukua pamoja na wewe. Kwani why is it only you? So I think it's ujite kama mkutano uangalie uone mimi ndio niko na shida, sio familia yangu, sio watu wetu, sio neighbors, mimi ndio niko na shida. And that meeting is very critical. It's always important to do self reflection. Do a self inventory of your behavior, of your manners, of your vile wewe umekuwa na vile wewe unaishi na watu. When you do that meeting, utakuja kugundua ya kwamba honestly they are not the problem, it's me, and I need to change me to accommodate other people in my life. So hawa watoto walikuwa let down big time by their moms and definitely by their father. Their father knew he sired them, lakini hawakuambiwa nyinyi ni brothers. Hata kama walikuwa apart, hawakuambiwa nyinyi ni brothers. Of course they would have then done their due diligence after wameshakuwa wakubwa, but they didn't do that. But kama wangejulishwa from the onset wakiwa wadogo ama wakiwa teens ya kwamba you guys are cousins, that's why ni vizuri kwenda ushago. It's very important to go to the rulers. It's very important to go and you ask when you are a young person, ask, okay, I need to know my cousins. And nowadays, it's not difficult because nowadays we are living in digital era. It's not like back in the day when we used to write letters. Maybe most of you guys that are watching here, you probably will not understand what I say, but we used to send letters when I was young. Unatuma barua, you have PO box addresses, mingi hapa. I'm sending this letter to a friend. Hata girlfriend, boyfriend, walikuwa natumia barua. There was no emails. There was no phones. It was just letters. People used to write letters. You know? So, get to kujua ni nani makazini wangu. Siku hizi kuna WhatsApp, kuna video calls, kuna all that online. You can meet online everywhere kwa mikutano. Get to know your cousins. Get to know your brothers and sisters. Step kama uko na wao. Get to know your aunties. A lot of nowadays, if you look at what I've written there in the book, what the holy book, the Bible says in the book of Leviticus, chapter number 18 and verse number 18. It's very critical that you shall not lie with your brother's wife. No, you shall not lie with you. You shall not regularly lie with your brother's sister. Kwa sababu ni mbaya. Hauwezi wewe kulala na sister ya mke wako. It's an abomination. Leviticus 18:18. That's what the holy book says. Right? So let me read it, just in case kuna mtu anasema hey, wewe unasema nini? Let me read it. Let me read it. So that means iseme nimequote. So Leviticus 18:18 inasema, and you shall not take a woman as a rival wife to her sister, uncovering her nakedness while her sister is still alive. Kwa hivyo usichukue mdogo wake mkeo ama dada yake mke wako na unveil her nakedness. That means ukaweza kulala naye wakati mke wako ako alive. So this is in Leviticus. So it is not acceptable behavior. So why did this happen? So definitely this happened because people are looking for love everywhere. And on the process of trying to look for love, this gentleman found this lady. And the lady is beautiful. na ni mtu ambaye anaonekana pia hata yeye anataka familia na anataka kukaa ndani ya ndoa. And of course, finding a man is nowadays that, you know, wants a family and all that, and it's not that easy. Nowadays men are scarce. So I hear ladies are saying that men are scarce. Good men are not available. So wakati akipata mzuri, she had to take her chances. Unfortunately, it has ended up into this. Sasa hapa familia iliweza kuangusha hawa watoto. These guys, they are now adults. They have a family. Wako na watoto wawili. Na waliangushwa. Hapa familia iliwaangusha kabisa. Because the family should have done them justice by kuwajulishana. I know there could be many intricate reasons, circumstances and situations that would have led maybe for them not really to be come together. But from what I heard the lady speak, huyu msichana alikuwa already anaongea na aunti yake na ni watu wako na relationship. Na huyu jamaa hatakangi kuongea mambo ya familia yao, hata hajawahi peleka huyu msichana kwao. The question is, sadly, was he aware of what is happening? Unajua saa zingine mtu anaweza kuwa ameshapenda mtu na amekuwa crazy na anafikiria alafu akuja ajue almost at the last minute that this is actually a family person. Hata kama hakujua ni sister yake directly, lakini maybe did he ever know that maybe huyu anaweza kuwa ni cousin yangu na nini, but we've already loved each other, I'm not going to stop this, I'm going to go ahead. Did he know that? We don't know. He's the only guy that can tell us actually, nilikuwa na hizo clue but nilikuwa nishampenda huyu, and hey guys, it is what it is. So wazazi hapo, mimi, the father of these children and the parents, the aunties and the uncles, because huyu auntie kama alikuwa anajua, why was the auntie not there from the beginning? Okay, na kama basi tuseme tuwapatie familia the benefit of doubt. Hakuna mtu alijua na ilikuwa huyu jamaa na huyu msichana wamekutana, they have become intimate, wameanzia kuwa na familia and they are now living together. When the first person of the family knew, why didn't they not intervene and say, oh, hold on guys, we know you guys are living as husband and wife, but you need to part ways from this minute because you are brothers and sisters? Why was that not done? Because definitely mtu akioa, kuna watu wanajuanga. So unasema fulani ameoa, huyu bestie fulani ameoa. So definitely they must have known that this person has married. But who did he get married to? Who married her? Who did she get married to? So all these things were there. So was there nobody within the entire family to know actually this has happened and is wrong? And why did they not come to support them? According to the lady, they married in 2016. So we are looking at almost 7 years of a relationship that has ended up with 2 children that now are born of brother and sister, if what the auntie of this guy was saying is correct. Hao ni watoto ambayo wamezaliwa na brother na sister, on the thinking that they're husband and wife, but actually they are brother and sister, which is so sad because ukienda ndani ya mambo ya kisayansi na whatever, genetics and all that, it's not right for you to have children, you know, with your sister or your brother because of different dynamics health wise. Kunaweza kuwa na magonjwa mengi sana ambayo yanaweza kutokea health wise kwa sababu ya mtu kuoa dada yake ama kuolewa na ndugu yake. And that is why people do not marry quite close to the family. So you want to go far away so that then those things that would have happened within the family genetically, you know, zitu ambazo zinafuatana ndani ya familia, they are not part of you. But anyway, what has happened has happened. Looking at the third thing that has actually happened. Now here, this hapa ndipo sasa the sad bit of this whole thing inaingililia. You are married to your brother. You're married to your sister. You guys are thinking you're husband and wife. Then of course, hii issue ya sister yake anasema wacha nileta my younger sister akuja akae na sisi ndio aweze kusoma nini. And I understand probably where the sister is coming from, because sister yake maybe anajua wametoka katika shida So anataka kujaribu kuja kusaidia, lete sister yake, ndio sister yake ajaribu at least kusoma, akuje Kanairo, maybe anaweza pata usaidizi so that she can become something, na kama wako na watoto wengine waweze kuwasaidia. Maybe that is where the sister is coming from. Only did she not know that she needed first to study, to understand and to know her husband very well. Ni mtu aina gani, tabia zake, vile ana behave, character yake, personality, all these things this lady needed to study and to know. Na kukaa naye hiyo miaka yote alikuwa amekaa naye, she knew. And that is why alikuwa anasema bwana yake ni abusive. That is why alikuwa anasema bwana yake hamsikilizangi. Unaona? Because she knows the man. So I do not understand from what angle she allowed the younger sister to come. Na hapa kama tunaongea kuhusu younger sister, tunaongea kuhusu, we are talking of a woman that I think definitely mmeweza kumuona ni mtu ambaye pia anaolewa. She is not a child. She is a full grown up woman that is ready to become somebody's wife. So unamlete hapa na maybe wewe mwenyewe unajua uko na shida ndani ya ndoa. So already that's a trigger. You know. Unalete sister yako hapo na unajua unamlete kwa place ambaye wewe na bibi bwana yako mko na shida. That was already a concern for me that this lady did not actually think. Ni kama sasa unakuja unalete unataka kuambia bwana yako my sister ako hapa, na kwa sababu my sister ako hapa you can't do anything. So now the sad reality is when the wife did that, the girl moved in, na jamaa sasa kaanza kuona hapa kuna potential person ambaye mimi naweza kujisaidia naye. So of course you can see the wife is an elegant, beautiful, very good figure lady. But unfortunately kuna wanaume wengine hata ukiwaletea key queen, hata ukiwaletea nini, they will never be satisfied. So definitely he went for the sister and they did whatever they've been doing. Na hii kitu sio wakati imeanzia, because from what the lady was trying to tell Director J, alikuwa anasema mna push. We used to say back in the day mna groove. You know? I think kuna watu wanaweza ku understand groove. You know? So hata hiyo push ni ya zamani, it's not current. So muna push pamoja na nini? It doesn't look like as if it's something that is caught this lady of God. So she's already known. So anajua relationship yake iko na shida. Sasa what of course is now of concern is that actually this brother has been sleeping with two sisters. The older who she thought is the wife, and now the younger sister that now amemfanya mistress kwa nyumba, and they all happen to be brothers and sisters. Alafu sasa wako na watoto who happens to be they happen to be their children. You know? Now wamezaliwa na the same brothers and sisters. That's a sad reality. First and foremost, this guy did something wrong, because men, I think itabidi tujiheshimu. Because if only this guy alikuwa amejiheshimu, hangekuwa amedefile sister ya huyu bibi yake Pasi. At least he would have only slept with the one sister. But now he's sleeping with two sisters, two of his own sisters, if that is the case. Which is a sad reality. For what? It is hard, although hizi family dynamics inakuanga hapo, mtu saa zingine anashindwa hizi tabia kuliko hata uzifanye huko nje, unazileta tu kwako nyumbani. It's nowadays is becoming sad. Now here the problem is, of course, this is not something that is normal. This is not something that is acceptable in the society. And this is not even something that is acceptable even in katika traditions. Ama hata within the mtaani haieleweki. When people get to hear that that is something that you're doing, you are married to your sister, you are married to your brother, you are sleeping with two of your sisters. Hey, no, it can be a bad thing. It is a bad thing. It is not acceptable. It's not acceptable. So the big question is, what do they do? Before we wind this video up, what is it that they need to do? Watu wangu kabla ni, before I say what I think, ningependa tu kuona nyinyi, what do you think they should do? Please naomba utie comment yako hapo. What do you think these people should do? This entire family. Wako na watoto wawili. Brother ya au wasichana sasa ni kama bwana yao, because when you sleep with somebody It's like you are the husband. So the sister is also our second wife. Kwa sababu the moment you've slept with somebody, and it's not once, ni kitu amezoea, huyo ni kama ni bibi yako. In a nutshell, bibi yako. You should not sleep with anybody that is not your wife. So yeye amekuwa akona wanawake wawili, and that is why the sister was saying, mimi nitawaachia hii nyumba niende. Because whatever my sister does with this man is exactly the same thing that I do with her. The only difference between the two sisters is that one has had 2 children and the other one hasn't had children. So it's a sad thing. Tafadhali naomba utia comment yako hapo chini. Nijulishe, what do you think needs to happen katika our brothers and sisters? In the meantime, wacha tuangalie comments usikie vile mnasema guys. Asanteni sana kwa sababu ya kutia comments. Guys, I appreciate. Please tia comment yako hapo. And tafadhali tunaomba likes. Tunaomba like. If you think this topic is good na inaelimisha, please tunaomba tusaidie na like. Kama hujatia like, tafadhali tusaidie. And please, we are asking kindly subscribe so that wakati tukizindua video yote, when we come live like now, unaweza kujulishwa. Leave your notification bell on also, tafadhali. So, Mkenya halisi anasema, hey, this is a hard one. Tuko salama lakini na kupata ndugu yangu. Lucy Oyela anasema hao akili yao haiko sawa. Well, Lucy Oyela, I think naweza kubaliana na wewe, akili yao haiko sawa on the basis of if they knew what they were doing. But kama hawakuwa wanajua wao ni brothers na sisters, then honestly we can't say akili yao haikuwa sawa. The only thing that now we can say hapo ni kama if whatever is happening itaendelea. And that is why nimesema I'll reserve that pale baadaye. And maybe ningependa wewe utie comment yako hapo kulingana na vile wewe unasema, what do you think should happen now that this has happened and it has come to light? So lakini I understand where you're coming from, because nobody sleeps with their brother. A sister does not sleep with a brother, or a brother does not sleep with a sister. So from there I can understand where you're coming from. Mkenya Liza nasema Lucy Oyela, ama huku kijana alikuja kumjua. This is I don't understand hapo vizuri. I mean, this is a sad case. Yeah, this is a sad case. So of course, Mkenya Liza nasema this is a sad case, which is correct. Joyce Valerie, hiya. Good to see you. Salute, Joyce. Anauliza kama tuko sawa sawa. Yes, Joyce, tuko sawa sawa. Asante sana. Davina Mora anasema Leviticus 18:18, which is what we have used, that a man should not lie with the wife's sister. It is an abomination. Joyce Valerie anasema that is an abomination. Even the Bible says it's clear, it's correct. So naona hapo Mkenya halisi na Joyce wanakaribishana. Those are our two some of Safeguarding Families executives. Tunashukuru sana, tunawalove. The other one, no, if I combine both tunawalove, yeah. Davina anasema guy, it is so sad, but ni kama kijana alikuwa anajua, kwani alikuwa anachukua bibi kwao. See, understand vizuri Davina vile unamaanisha, but Davina is trying to say probably this guy looks like he knew what he was saying, or rather what he was doing from the onset, ya kwamba alikuwa anachukua bibi kutoka kwao. I hope that is what you're saying, and that is sad, Davina, if that is what you're trying to say. Hata watoto wanaweza kuwa abnormal. Kabisa? Kabisa. And that goes back to genetics. Because hawa damu yao na genetics zao ni moja. So kama mtu anaweza kuwa na ugonjwa, definitely the likelihood of the other one having is very high. So the children will have that. And both genetics ikikuja, mtoto anachukua DNA ya mama na baba. So the DNA will be quite disturbed. And that is why unasikianga ni vizuri kuoa nje, so that the DNA is not matching, na iko mbali. because ile DNA inaweza kumatch ni ile ya Adam, then kutoka wakati wa Adam, but beside there the DNA must be far away. Unasikianga hata first cousins, no. Kuna watu wanapenda kufanya harusi ama kufunga ama kuwa na relation na distant cousins. That is still not okay because it's still close, not that close kama sister brother na sister ama first cousins ama mama ama baba, but yes, wasichana ni wengi duniani, men ni wengi duniani, sichukue huko. Why are you finding your sister attractive? Why are you finding your brother attractive? But in the case of these guys, did they know that they were actually brothers and sisters? Or is it a case of a family betrayal? That the family did not actually do them justice and they did not let them know that they were brothers and sisters. The family let them down by not, making them known that actually nyinyi brothers and sisters. Is that the case? Or is it a case of sheer ignorance? Like vile Davina anasema, the guy knew he was marrying his sister and he went ahead. That is the question that we have today. So, Davina Mora anasema, sure, some other men are hizo vitu. Sitataja hapo. Well, you know what? Umetumia some other men. So I can understand that and I can relate with that. Because nimeona those kind of men that you're talking about. So, sita comment hapo, but not all men are that. And I know you know because that is not how you've addressed your. So, nakuelewa. So, Mkenya Aliza anasema hii ni damu zinafuatana, sio upendo. So Mkenya Aliza anasema that apparently what happened in between the brother and the sister ni blood. Damu ilikuwa ina pull each other. So it was not actually love. Ni damu ndio ilikuwa inavutana. Because that sibling bonding can attract each other. Hata wewe kama mmeenda mkakuwa wewe ulikuwa twin ama ulikuwa na brother and sister, mkapoteana for a very long time. Mkionana you will have that pulling factor. Damu itakuwa ni kama inajaribu kupull. You find a person ni kama wewe, ana behave kama wewe, you can have that attraction. I think this is where Mkenya Alisi is coming from, and we can relate with that. Davina anasema maybe kuna generational curses. Once again, we don't know because this is the first time these people have come kwa mtandao, so we don't know. It could be, we don't know. So, but yes, unfortunately, generational curses huanga zinaapia and do actually happen, and it is important zikitokea ama ukizijua, you need to do deliverance, you need to break those generational curses so that they don't continue. Otherwise, that's why they are called generational. They go from one generation to the other. They hop from one generation to the other, and the most important thing to do is to break them so that they don't go on. Otherwise, usipofanya hivyo, itaenda kwa watoto wako, kwa watoto wa watoto wako, and the generation that are coming. Mkenya Alisi anakubali. Kan Laka anasema hawakujua, waombe Mungu awasamehe na I think you want to say wawachane. Kan 100%. Unfortunately, kama hawakujuana, walipendana tu kama vile unaweza kuta demu umtongoze, aingie box, muone, mpate watoto. If that is the case, basi hiyo hawezi kuchukuliwa makosa. But from the very minute they knew each other, kama huyu msichana hata wakati aliambiwa na aunti yake, I hope she did pahali tu mimi naweza kumkosoa huyo msichana. Wakati tu aliambiwa na aunti ya huyu jamaa hivyo, she would not even have been referring to this man as my husband, because he's not. He shouldn't be. Angekuwa anambia, hey bro, sio husband yangu bro. But the sad reality, wako na watoto na nini, but from now can we address each other as brother and sister? Until we figure this out, we can't touch each other. You can't see me as your wife because I'm your sister. You shouldn't be touching me. We shouldn't be intimate. You know, kukupikia naweza kukupikia because sisters do cook for their brothers and all that. But anything that we had before 1 minute ago, kabla nijue, is now gone. What we now know is that you are my brother and I'm your sister. For that reason, can we stop that? So kaa na hapo 100%. So Joyce Valerie nasema, I think this Joyce Valerie, thank you for answering the question. Nasema, after knowing that they are blood related, they need to sit down and see the way forward. Mostly, deliverance is needed at all cost to break those blood ties. 100% correct, Joyce. Super. That is superb. That must be done. It has to happen. If it does not happen, it's going to bring problems. From now, kuendelea mbele ita bring problem. So Phyllis Muigai anasema sister wawili na brother yao. Jamani, kwani Kenya yetu. I know Phyllis. Hata mimi nilikaa na my boyfriend 2 years since 2018. After form 4 nikakuja kujua ni relative. Where the boy was supposed kuniita auntie, so ni vile mzuri family kujuana. That is Davina Mora telling us that. So Davina, this is interesting to hear that from you. So ulikaa na boyfriend yako for 2 years since 2018 after form 4, and then you knew that ilikuwa ni relative. So the boy was supposed kuniita auntie. So literally from what you are saying, so you and the boy's mother were sisters because he was supposed to call you auntie. So ni vizuri family kujuana. So I pray and I hope that hamkuwa mmeenda too far, Davina. But the good thing is that at least ulijua and you did the due diligence. Maybe anyway, let me not stop that because Joyce anasema, I don't understand why that guy was so harsh to the wife even after being told they are blood related. He could have cooled down and start reasoning. This might be very true. Men and wife resemble each other. So I understand, Joyce, where you're coming from that, because wakati aliambiwa hivi, the first thing that would have happened is angepigwa kitu tunaitwa butwa, angeshikwa na mshangao, angekuwa na wasiwasi, because if I gotten to know that today my wife is my sister, even my cousin, the first thing that will come into me is shock. Niseme, Jehovah, what? Not to be, usikuwe mkali, usianze kusema bibi yako amepagawa, bibi yako ni crazy, this is all she's been doing, sasa ameanza kuja na ujinga ingine. No, there are some things that you even yourself you need to be thinking, why would this girl say this? Anaweza kunita mjinga, anaweza kusema mimi nimekuwa na toka huko nje nafanya ujinga na cheat na sister yake. Surely she cannot go ahead and say that we are brothers and sisters. That is unacceptable. So why is she saying that? You need to be thinking. Some of these things you don't need to go to school. You need just to have a normal brain. Ya ile ambaye mulazaliwa naye na Mungu. Hata uhitaji more education to be able to articulate and to understand and to look into that situation na uweze kuisolve. So Valerie, well done for that comment, superb. Dambali Sinjeri anasema Phyllis Mengai, hapa huyu auntie amefail huyu kijana na watoto wetu. Again, if we are single mothers women, don't tell their children who is their fathers. Sasa inatokea shida kama hizi. Dambali, that is correct, kwa sababu definitely kama wewe uko kwa single mother na sasa ilikuwa probably, I don't know, wanaitanga one night stand ama a very casual relationship, ama ilikuwa ni pesa, whatever, and then you don't actually, because to be honest, women do know baba ya watoto ni nani. Unfortunately, hata wale wako kwa Koinange Street, if they happen to be pregnant, they have over 90% they know baba ya mtoto ni nani, because they know it's an something within women. Hii ni kitu Mungu amewabariki naye, they know. So hapo ni kweli huyo single, kama ilikuwa ni single mother, definitely alileta watoto down. So maybe he knows something because he didn't even pay attention and to try to look the way forward to solve the issue as a man of the house, but was defending a lot the younger sister of his wife. Verily, that is true. Kwa sababu jamaa, all he was thinking is vile atachapa bibi yake, who happens to be the sister, and to protect the side chicken, who happens to be also his younger sister. So huyu jamaa yeye hakuwa anafikiria vile anaweza kusolve. Sasa I think yeye amekuwa na issues sana na sister yake ama bibi yake, to a point that sasa yeye he's not even everything that the wife says anasema ni uongo. Kila kitu bibi yake akisema anasema it's no, ni uongo. So hata hakuwa bother. Sasa yeye all he was thinking, alikuwa anasema hii ni familia yangu and me I have to take care of them. So unashangaa, hold on, the wife or rather the sister brought the younger sister kwa hii nyumba. How are you then saying that this is my family? No, this is my sister that you're not supposed to be sleeping with. Na hata kama unamsaidia unataka kumsaidia kama you are in law, not your girlfriend ama side chicken ama side whatever. So it's so sad kuona hayo. So Njeri anasema they all need to know that they need to respect each other. Waache kurushiana maneno. They also need to be supported or cancelled. This is true. I think there's a few more texts, but naona kama tumeenda sana. Watu wangu, this issue is not a small thing. Kama vile tumesema, it's a very delicate situation, but for me, ukiniuliza, now that they knew that, if you ask me, ningesema the most important thing is for this guy to take control of the situation, because yeye ndio brother yao mkubwa. Inaonekana yeye ni mkubwa kuliko huyu dem, na of course kuliko wako kasichana kadogo. Na kwa sababu wao ni brothers, he needs to take the initiative. Na hata tukienda katika hiyo other realm, tuseme yeye ni bwana wa hiyo nyumba, is the husband of that house, then he must take actions. Aseme mimi kama bwana wa hii nyumba nataka kuongea na auntie. Pigia auntie simu sahi. Auntie, eti kunaendaje? What is going on? What did you tell my wife? Oh, sijakuambia siku mingi my nephew. And from that angle, I know it's difficult, but they need to part ways. From a safeguarding perspective, they need to part ways, because they cannot be husband and wife. Because not only does the Bible say that is an abomination, traditionally is unacceptable, it's absurd, genetically is not accepted because it's wrong, because it's going to cause a lot of issues. It has already happened katika hawa watoto wawili wako. The only prayer we do is that definitely we pray that hawa watoto watakuwa saved and they will not be affected or anything. But definitely this guy should stop even trying to touch the younger sister just in case I'm pregnant. We already know you are brothers and sisters. Don't even be thinking that you unaweza kutouch kuendelea na hii relationship, kwa sababu nilikuwa nakaona kama the wife or rather the elder sister alikuwa amesema sasa hataki kukaa huko na waachia nyumba. This guy is going to do the same thing. He's going to pregnate this small girl. And it's wrong, because she cannot carry his pregnancy because again of what we are saying. Mambo hiyo ya genetic na nini. It's going to be bad. Now that they know that is happening, my prayer is that watatumia akili wote, hata huyo sitake mdogo, kwa sababu inaonekana yeye akoni wale watu wanakanua na mdomo mingi sana. The younger sister looks like she's all over the place. At one point she was trying to throw Director J off outside, and I'm thinking, hold on, that's not your house. How are you running your mouth there in your sister's house? Just because you are sleeping with a husband who happened to be your brother doesn't give you any right to try and throw your own sister from her own house. Na sister yako ndio invite Jay and the team. So you don't have any mandate. You don't have any ground of throwing akina Director J nje to a point ya kuanza kuwachapa. So I found that young sister of this lady very uncouth, very rude. You know, na definitely ukiona zile tabia anafanya na ndugu yake mkubwa ama bwana ya dada yake, that tells me that girl is very I don't know what word to use. And I would definitely, personally, niweza kusema brother yake mkubwa alitake advantage yake, but if I was to be asked, I would say both are equally that. Because soon as the man started having any advance on her, she should have spoken to the sister. Say, sis, huyu bwana yako hebu ongea naye. Sababu mimi I'm not here to satisfy his sexual needs. You are there. Why? What is he doing? Calling me or asking me am I many touch? That is what exactly she should have done. Told the sister the first time the man started having advances on her. That's what she should have done. Tell the sister. You see? So that the sister can then deal with the husband. Again, because there's nowhere tumesikia eti ya kwamba the man alilala naye na nguvu. We haven't had that. So she must have been doing that willingly. The other thing ni kama yeye alikuwa anataka ku take over ndoa ya dada yake, amrushe nje, yeye wachukuane na huyu jamaa. That could also be an option. The other option would have been kama maybe huyu jamaa angekwambia ukikataa kulala na mimi, anamthreaten, ukikataa kulala na mimi, I'll tell my wife tukurudishe ishagi mashambani shags. So it's either you comply and we do whatever we are doing, or because this is my house, I tell my wife you need to go back home. So all these scenarios would have happened, but what needs to happen is what Valerie and the others have said. They need to cut ties. This relationship needs to stop until they figure out the truth. And if they can get, because the auntie is 100% correct. The auntie is aware of what is happening. Auntie anajua. Auntie hao watoto wanajua ni wanani, baba yao ni nani, mama zao ni nani. She knows. They don't even need to go and do a DNA. They don't need a DNA. The auntie is aware. The family is aware, and that is why from the onset nilisema family iliwaangusha. They could have sorted this out, but unfortunately they didn't. And then the guy and the lady did not do themselves justice. They didn't do due diligence. They didn't check the background. They just went in and they started getting themselves in a relationship. Then the sister, the lady messed up, brought the sister and brought now the third entanglement. Sister yake kaanza kulala na ndugu yake. So now we are where we are. Wale watu hapa sasa wanaweza kuwa na shida ni watoto. And this is why sisi wanga tunasimamia watoto, tunasema it is wrong. So from the onset right now is they need to part ways. Unfortunately, kuna mtu anaweza kuwa anauliza swali hapo, what is going to happen to the children? Nothing is going to happen to the children. Unfortunately, the children have already been born. They are there. Kama kutakuwa na any genetic issues, they are already there. Because unfortunately the children are there. So the only thing that we can do is to pray for the children that they are going to be okay. How are the children going to be brought up? By the family. Because to be honest, huyu jamaa na huyu msichana, I think they are still very young. We cannot say that they are not going to be married. If they are brothers and sisters, they cannot be married. They are not even married. They are not supposed to be married. So they need to part ways. Huyu jamaa atafute familia ingine, aoe, apate watoto wengine. Lakini hawa watoto bado ni wake, kwa hivyo itabidi bado awale. Lakini hawa watoto ni wa familia. The girl is the same. Get another man to marry you and you have another husband that is not your brother. And the younger sister also need to get another man. And I hope the sister stops to sleep with this man, because kama anaendelea kulala naye saa hizi, if she conceives, atalete the third mess ya kuwa pregnant with her brother, ambaye can bring more problems ndani ya watoto. So that is the mess that they are in. I pray to Melan, I pray to Mesoma, and we are never going to allow ourselves to get ourselves into such a mess. Tafadhali jua familia yako kule umetoka. Get to know where your husband is from. Get to know where your sister is from, your girlfriend is from. Get to know what wow. Before you become intimate, get to understand dynamics of the person you are becoming intimate with. You know? So that then mess kama hizi zisipatikane. Familia, wazazi, tafadhali let your children know their cousins. It's important. Wapeleke shags. Wapeleke kama kuna watoto wako abroad, wako majuu, wanaishi mbali. Siku hizi kuna WhatsApp, kuna Facebook, kuna all sort of WhatsApp. All sort of online social media. Connect with them. Everybody now has got smartphone. Connect with them. Let them know this is my cousin. You are my cousin. Wewe ni wa auntie au fulani fulani. Wewe ni wa mama fulani fulani. So that children do not get to become messed up by getting into relationship with their own sisters, their own cousins. Na kama wewe unajua mtu ni sister yako, ama mtu ni brother yako, mtu ni first cousin yako, Mtu ni your relative, quite close relative. Stop being silly. Usifanye any silly thing and you think, oh, kwani mimi ndio nitakuwa wa kwanza kulala na my brother? Kwani mimi ndio nitakuwa wa kwanza kulala na my sister? No, it's wrong. Not only from a Bible perspective, but from a traditional perspective, from a genetic perspective, it's wrong. So tafadhalini, let us think about children. Wao unaweza kuwa hujipendi, lakini fikiria kuhusu watoto. So hapo we have 2 children that are already, their mom and dad are going to part ways, if that is the case. Kwa sababu hawezi kuendelea, unless they are crazy, they are going to continue being husband and wife. But definitely the ultimate thing that needs to happen, they need to part ways. Sasa hapo tumebaki na watoto wawili ambaye their mom and dad happen to be brothers, but they were husband and wife, and now they have to be raised up by them as a family. Manake sasa they are not even co-parenting. They are raising those children as a family because bado they are family. So it's a mess that we shouldn't get ourselves into. Watu wangu ni hayo tu. I hope tunaendelea kulearn, na leo tumesoma bitter lesson ya kwamba honestly we should not allow this to happen. So please, kama hujatia comment yako, please tia up comment yako. Let us see. If you see this video later, tia comment yako. We will do the very best to try and get back to you. But my prayer is that that family is going to sort themselves out. Wakae chini pamoja na familia. They need to go to their pastors. They need to go through deliverance. They need to go through counseling so that then things can be made right. But ultimately, they need to part ways. But children, they need to raise children as a family because they are family. That is what, hapa hata sio co-parenting, wao bado ni familia, they are brothers and sisters, so that needs, watoto wanafaa walelewe na familia as a family because they are there, they are family. They happen to be brothers and sisters na watoto ni wao wawili. So dynamics hapa ni ngumu, it's very difficult, ni chungu, and it should never happen. And I pray that you and I and our children are not going to experience that based on the fact that leo tumeweza kuongeleshana na kujuana. Ni haya tu watu wangu. Please, kama hujatia subscription, naomba utie subscription. We are on the road to 20,000 strong safeguarding family duniani. I pray we are going to get there. Please give this video a thumbs up kama hujaipatia thumbs up, tafadhali. And share this video so that a family can know. Kama unajua mtu ambaye ako katika entanglement kama hii, mtumie hii video. Download it and send it to them. And God is going to bless you. And until then, I remain your safeguarding officer, Jeff. And I'll see you very soon in another video.